No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Shotgun snap to Smith. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Broncos take over after forcing the first turnover of this ball game. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Handoff goes to Williams, running right. And they're going to bring him down after a good gain to the 40. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. A handoff for Williams, running left. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Offense up to the line fast. First down, and they go right back to him. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Here we go, 2nd and 9. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. First time this game they've looked to him. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long. And it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Now Nix. That's caught for the first. That one hits for 30. And that will set up 1st and goal.
I have loved this opening script. Aggressive, taking your shots. You know, the numbers tell you get an explosive play on a drive in the NFL today, you're typically going to score. With that shot down the field, well, they're knocking on the door in the red zone.
Is across the line for the Denver touchdown. The Broncos pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do, but to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. He sent a man in motion.
There's the clip.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Escape. He loses the football. And the Broncos corral it. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Wow, oh wow. He sent his offense out twice now, and both times they fumbled it away. I'm not sure who's more aggravated, the dudes down there or the dude next to me up here.
Well, I'm aggravated, but I know the guy on the field wants to put the offense in the doghouse. Like, all of them right now. This can't happen in the NFL, Kate. And a lot of guys out there, they got to be looking to one another. Hold each other accountable to hold on to the ball.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Throwing now, following the turnover. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Working quickly here. Trying again, following the sack. He fires one deep down the... That one's cut at the 10-yard line. And they get to him, but this is a first down. Williams will not score. The defense holds and stops him short of that goal line. Offense in the hurry up here. They'll look to run with Williams. And he's brought down for a loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here's Williams. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Offense up to the line fast. Going forward, it's Williams. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Broncos pull that in front further. 13-zip. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. Extra point try now from Lutz. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Broncos drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
53.
A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Smith to the air now. Stays. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Working quickly here.
13 next.
Throwing on 3rd. Smith. Brought in along the sideline, just need an official ruling, and they say catch. Great play. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down.
There we go, to the one.
From the gun, Smith. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Here we go. No ball.
Back to the air, it's Smith. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Oh, those linebackers. They seem to be in the thick of every play and some of the quickest reaction times out there. He needed a quick reaction there to get a finger on the throw. It changed its direction.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. And again, it's Smith. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the first. It's a two-score game early. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. About set for the second quarter. Seahawks football here. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Out of the gun, here's Smith. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. 16 yards on the play. And the Seahawks will have a first down. It's Walker on the give. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. Smith in the pistol. And this is caught. It's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks make it a one-score game in the first half. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Point after up and good for Myers. And the Seahawks chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Marvin Mims now to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Running right, it's Williams. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
I got to really rack my brain, Kate, to remember a play, a run in this league that nice that doesn't end up getting an offensive first down. He did all he could to will this drive forward.
19 tight, 19 tight, 70, 19 light.
From the 37. Complete to Mims. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Broncos will have a first down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
60,
Williams on the carry. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Offense in the hurry up here. Throwing on 1st down, Nix. That finds Vele, complete. And he gets in, touchdown Denver! The Broncos take a 13-point lead. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine. Surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
That one right down the middle. And the Broncos double their lead to 14. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Tuesday. Hey, we go to Jack 58.
Smith. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Riley Moss with the pick. And the Broncos get it back after a marvelous defensive effort.
That is just a big-time individual effort, Kate, defensively. First, he takes the ball away, and then he's looking for points, right? He turns from defense to offense, and one more move, and he might have broken it to the house.
60 Gtowncapp. 18 right here. Let's go.
Knicks with it on 1st. Forced out to his right. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
You know, Kate, it looked to me like this one, he leaves the pocket, and this is where you're out on the schoolyard, out on the playground, and you're looking for your buddy to find that connection. Unfortunately, receiver QB, they could not find the completion that time.
Knicks again on 2nd and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Here we go. 79.
Running for the marker with Williams. Oh, he trucked that defender. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there, and he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Broncos parlay the interception into points. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, to tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
53.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He put some juice on it. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off Brandon Jones. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
And Mikey, 18. Go.
Here's Williams to start the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain.
Hurry.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Hawk 70.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that'll be good for a Denver 1st. We've hit the 2-minute warning now in Britain. And it's the Broncos. With it, 1st and 10. They stay on the ground with Williams. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And the Broncos will have a first down.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Going to the ground again on first. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. Another run for Williams. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Offense up to the line fast.
18 Cardinal.
Shotgun snap to Nix. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Reek Woolen with the INT. And the Seahawks get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right? You watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see. Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting a completion in that area, and not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up and just couldn't quite find the connection.
No ball.
2nd and 10. Again, it's Smith. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
3rd and long for him here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th.
Ready.
They go play action. Here's Smith. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're 1st and 3. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
First down, Smith to throw. Oh no, they get him yet again. Riley Moss with the pick.
4 picks, 1 game. Hey, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And now it's 2nd down.
Let's go. Buffalo 18. Trap 60.
Here's Nix to throw. Finds Mims. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks a little short of that 35. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that'll be good for a Denver first. Now Nix. He's going to push one deep down the road. Brought in inside the 20. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Working inside the red zone. Has it in close. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. Williams will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
They'll try again from the 4. It's 2nd and goal. To throw, here's Nix. He's got it. It's a Denver touchdown. Well, good luck stopping the big fella that close to the goal.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. And off we go from Denver. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
There we go.
Smith going to go to the air first play. This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
But normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
3rd down and 6. Throwing now is Gino. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 34-yard line.
Here we go, hey.
Now a draw play. It's Walker. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A first carry now. This is Williams. And some room to roam now. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, fifth defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Looks like they went for the combo plate there. A nice ample gain on the ground on the previous play. Going for the big shot on that one unsuccessfully.
Here's 2nd and 10.
19, Tiger, 19. Roll, roll, roll.
Now Williams running left. Bulldozes past him. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 51 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ball game. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
Now it's Nix. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Javonte Williams, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first quarter lead. Will Lutz on for the point after. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Geno now to throw. Incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Check the line, cover.
Back to throw, Smith. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
Smith throwing again. This one to the former Bronco. It's Noah Fant. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Left side complete to Lockett. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down. And Smith here, an audible at the line. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5. Now they'll audible to something else. Off of play action. Here's Smith. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a first and goal.
Middle.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they go to work on a first and goal. Walker will take this into the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL, so they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. They try the left side here with Williams. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Nix. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 63 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. To throw is Nix. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Working out of the gun is Nix. And this is caught. Touchdown, Broncos. A great effort there. 37 yards. And the Broncos are able to move back in front. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Here we go.
To throw is Smith.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Riley Moss.
And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
To throw, here's Nix.
And it's caught. Touchdown. From a yard out.
And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. It's good, and it's 21-10. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Smith now to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth. Here we go on fourth. Smith.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
To the air again, Smith. Got him in. It's Brown. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Smith going to move him around.
Now Gino. This is Fant on the short completion.
And he takes a pretty good lick there as he'll wind up getting about 3.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. A shotgun snap for Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Myers' kick is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Throwing Nix.
And he's got his man on the out route.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Let's go now. Panthers 60. Panthers 60. 18,
An audible
18,
here to get a new look.
60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat.
They're going. It's Nix. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Now Smith. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Out of the gun, Smith. Completes it to Fant on the right side. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Smith. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
From the gun, here's Smith. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
There we go, throw it. Hold it. There we go,
Throwing now is Geno. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
And down here, 1st and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Pause. Strike.
Here's Smith. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because What's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And from here, might not be able to take a knee, might need to run a play here this close to their goal line. They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. They start the second half here with Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now it's 2nd and 10. And now they'll shift things around. Now it's Nix. And that's going to be caught by Sutton. He's to the 15. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. Williams will take it in. Touchdown, Denver. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Here we go, hey.
Geno now to throw. This is the tight end Fant. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Here's Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Now Smith. Finding Lockett for the catch here on the out route. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Smith. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. and now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action in Denver.
Here we go, hey. Check it, cover. There we go.
Back to throw, Smith. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
And a great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first.
Here's Walker.
Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
And Walker once more.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Kenneth Walker.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will shave one more off this lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. And now an audible here into something else. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line.
3rd and 3.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. 7-5,
Nix to the air. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. To throw is Nix. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Cortland Sutton, 38 yards.
And the Broncos will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, the same tempo, and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Straight ahead, Walker. And he is going to lose yardage here. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. Here it's 3rd and 2. Smith. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. To throw is Smith.
And he's got Smith and Jigba.
And he's brought down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43. Smith now to throw. Flush to his right. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Throwing is Smith.
And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle.
A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Seahawks get a bit closer.
Myers connects on the PAT as this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. 2nd and 9.
Again, it's Williams. And he stopped immediately there.
3rd and 9 here. Well, not liking the look. They'll change the play. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. Oh, he pulls over him.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. And even 100 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Williams.
And down to the 41. From the 41, here's 2nd down and 8.
Now Williams running left.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70, go.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Now carry number 20 in the game. Here's Williams. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Cowboy 80. Unlock Lion. Unlock Lion. Ready.
A give to Williams, running right. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. This to perhaps salt this one away. And Lutz missed it to the right. No good. And this will stay a one-score game as the lead holds at 8. And that one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a one-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. And got his man complete. And he is going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
There we go.
Smith to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Broncos have just about sewn up this football game. Well, this game has not been short on intrigue, but that's the backbreaker right there, and it's going to put any hope of victory to bed.
Yeah, they knew they needed the touchdown, and when you have that little time remaining, they know they've got no choice except to go for broke, and that they did. But the interception, that means defeat.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing Nix. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up this secondary all game long, and this time that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever have because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around. They're reading coverages early, so now they're like seasoned pros earlier in their career. How about this one here? If they win this ball game, a game ball definitely coming from his head coach.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Smith. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
But just over a minute to go in the football game. 2nd and 10. Smith's going to throw it. Flushed out right. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll run for it. It's Walker. And they will get the conversion on 4th down to stay alive, but time not an ally. Here's Smith. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into?